Welcome to What Gear Reviews. Today I have a very exciting product, and I say that because I am genuinely very excited for this one. This right here is another world's first from Nothing. It is their first pair of over-ear headphones. They're calling them the Headphone 1. And one of the things that I really respect about Nothing is how they are truly trendsetters. I mean, for example, they released these Nothing earbuds with the transparent case and the transparent design. The next thing you know, tons of other well-known brands start releasing transparent earbuds. They created phones with glyph light systems on the back, and all of a sudden loads of other brands start putting extra lights on the backs of their phones. So that is why I am so excited to see what they've done here with the headphones. Are they literally on the verge of reshaping and inspiring other brands to do something a little bit different with headphones? And this is a genius move from Nothing. They've partnered up with KEF, a high-end British audio company, to tune the sound on these headphones, because one of the concerns people might have when buying a first generation audio product is, well, this brand doesn't have a lot of expertise when it comes to audio. And whilst yes, they have released a bunch of very good earbuds, these actually sound fantastic. The difference is when it comes to setting up bigger drivers in a larger enclosure and also introducing noise cancelling and all this kind of stuff, pass-through modes, it's a completely different story. These headphones do support high-res audio with LDAC, which means higher fidelity audio, if you have a streaming service that supports hi-fi. Anyway, that's enough talk. Let's get these out of the box. The perfect weight distribution when removing the lid. Okay, this is subtle, but it's really cool. You got this little thumb grip right here, and actually this is something that you get on the Nothing earbuds. You got this little thumb grip here, so you can kind of spin the earbuds like that. Now, when it comes to this product, this is actually kind of genius. So your thumb can rest right there, and then on the back right here, you got finger grip, so you can literally just hold this and really have a solid grip on the case. And also, something I really like about this case is how thin this is. That is crazy. This actually might be one of the thinnest cases I've seen for over-ear headphones to date. All right, let's see what else is in this box. So that looks like a QR code that we can scan with the phone. I assume that's going to download the app. Yep. You get a relatively small quick start guide, and you get two cables. So you've got an analog cable and a USB-C to C cable, both of which do have the Nothing branding and this really nice square design to them. And that is it. There's nothing else in the box. Let's open this up and get a look at these headphones for the first time. I haven't got a clue what to expect. All I've seen so far is the cover of the box. Okay, these are very different from anything I have seen before. They're rectangular, but then you still have that kind of classic headphone shape there on the clear plastic bit. There is a button right here. I'm assuming that's going to be the noise cancelling ambient aware button, possibly, or maybe the power button, because you've got these other two buttons here. So you've got this nicely rounded one. That looks very similar to the essential key setup on the newer phones. And then you've got a raised rectangular button. Now, I do have one little concern straight out of the box, and that's the depth of the padding right here. So it's not the thickest padding that I've seen, and the actual frame is quite hard. So it's going to be interesting to see how comfortable this is. The height adjustments are very strong. There's a great amount of flex on these headphones, and there's no creaking or cracking noises, which is good. On the base, we do have a switch with a red and a white accent. I think that's actually the power switch, because they've literally just turned on. You've got a USB-C port and an analog audio port. Inside the ear cup right here, there is a wear detect sensor, and there's a nice little bit of cushioning over the driver. On the back of the right ear cup, you do have a red accent, and this is important because this is the right ear cup, and then the one on the other side is white, indicating that it's the left ear cup. That's really nice. You can actually see which one is right and left without having to look on the inside of the headphones. And I'm not sure if you'll be able to see this because it is very faint, but right here, it does have writing telling you which one is the right and left as well. All right, let's try these on. So two things straight away. First of all, I really like how these look from the front. They don't stick out too far and they look very different from pretty much all the other headphones that I've tested so far. And number two, the passive noise cancelling on these headphones is next level. It's literally like I've just put suction cups over my ears and it's muting so much noise even without them being switched on. Okay, so I've just realized a couple of things. I thought this was a button when I was looking at it initially, and it's actually a lever, so you can actually skip tracks forwards and back. And this rounded button right here, which I thought was just a button, in fact rolls, and this is your volume control, and you can click it to pause and play the music. Now let's see what this button right here does. It's not doing anything right now. I've got a feeling that might be something that it needs the app for. Okay, first impressions of the Nothing Headphone 1. I love these headphones already. They do sound fantastic. The design is very distinct. You can't mistake these for any other headphones. And I think it's fair to say there is nothing quite like Nothing out there today. And that's one of the reasons I love this brand so much.